Hi, I'm Joanne, Cary. Welcome back to the Embodied Soul podcast, a multidimensional space intended to support you in living, being, and thriving as the embodied soul that you are. I'm down at the beach once again and reflecting on the move that we're going through right now, all of the things that are feeling a bit chaotic, things are not always going as I would like them to be. And if we listen to last week's episode around everything's happening for us, fully anchoring into that and still being with, as present as I can, with all of everything that just seems to be like 1,001 spiraling balls, juggling all of the things. So if you are ready to join me, please pull up a comfy chair, invite in your soul, and intend to receive exactly what you need to live, be, and thrive as the embodied soul you are. So I've been watching the tide schedule because it's a lot easier to walk on the beach when the tide is out. And as I got down here, I was just chatting with the guides, asking for guidance on a number of things. But what started to come through was this message. And it's around when we are intent on accelerating our consciousness, on lifting our consciousness, as evolving as a species. And this is individually I'm speaking to right now. We have to realize that it's not always going to be comfortable. It's not always going to be the way we think it should be. And the reason for this is that we are needing to release all of the things that aren't serving us any longer, that are tethering us to the old fear frequencies, to the old sort of 3D patterns and paradigms, all of the things that we grew up with, all the things that we were told, this is how things should be, this is how you should act, this is how you should respond, all the shoulds, right? All of the expectations. And the challenge or the opportunity that we get to go through as we consciously choose to become more of the truth of who we are, to become more of the embodied soul that we came here to be, is that we may want all the experiences, we may want to have all of the high vibe feels, the energies, and everything that comes with the accelerated consciousness, more connection to our spirit guides, more connection to our divine selves, more easy flow, faster manifestation, more synchronicities. Like, there's a lot of benefits that come from anchoring in more of our soul self into our bodies. But in order to be able to hold the higher dimensional frequencies within the cellular structures of our body, then we need to make space for it. Because right now we're vibrating at one level of frequency, and as we are vibrating at that level of frequency, there's not a whole lot of space for other stuff. But as we do the inner work, as we do what some people term as the shadow work, and we've been doing this for a long time, but with these accelerated energies, this is happening easier, faster, quicker. And that still doesn't mean that we get to bypass or overjump the feelings, the emotions, the experiences that we need to in order to create the space in our system to anchor the higher light. And I'm just going to keep adding ands in here. And the challenge we have, if you want to look at it that way, and I think I'll just even retract that word right now, is the opportunity we have as we are choosing this accelerated ascension is that we get to be aware of all of the things that we're feeling. So just as the example from my life, we chose for a myriad of reasons, benefits and opportunities to change our rental location with 8 months left in our build. And we made that choice consciously, and we've been in the midst of the move. And also manifestation of a lot of things that I didn't even know I was manifesting, but opportunities to do different things, to work with different people have also been manifesting at the same time as the move. And so trying to manage the very physical relocation cleansing out of old physical objects and stuff that we've accumulated even over the last 18 months. And also being able to still have enough space and capacity to continue the things that I like to do, like these podcasts, my videos, and also begin new projects. And what I've been finding is that it requires more and more self-care, more and more self-nurturing, more listening to the energies, more listening to how I'm feeling, and honoring those feelings. Knowing that if I am feeling tired, feeling exhausted, that is perfectly okay and natural. To not judge it, to simply allow myself to give myself the time to sit, to sleep, to relax, to watch a favorite video that maybe I haven't had a chance or taken the opportunity to look at, but just to give myself some downtime, realizing that it doesn't have to get all done today. And that's a big one for me. I've always been one who wants to just get something done. I'll start something, I'll work 12 hours straight in a row in order to have it completed, because there's a part of me that really loves the satisfaction of having it completed. And I'm realizing that that's not that healthy right now. That what's more healthy is to listen to how my body's feeling, to listen to how the energies are flowing, honoring that, giving myself a break, bringing myself into meditation, bringing myself into the stillness of me, maybe even connecting with the guides and bringing through some channeled energies to support my system. And that means that I'm actually able to integrate the energies more quickly. I'm able to release and not push away those things that I might not want to feel. So allowing myself to feel all the feels, even when I don't want to, even when I'd prefer to just shuffle them down or push them off to the side to deal with another day. I know very well that is just creating suffering in my life. That it is better to take the moment right now, in the moment that I'm in, to address the feeling that I'm feeling or the issue that I'm in, because this is the moment that I'm totally equipped to deal with it. It's coming up in this moment, for me to see in this moment, for it to clear, release easily. And this is something that I never did well, and I suspect people are listening to this may still not do well, which is we'll feel something and it's like, yeah, I know I need to deal with this, but I need to finish this thing first, or I need to do this thing first, or I don't have time for that now. You try to push it off, but then you've lost the moment, because everything is with the ebb and flow of energies, and perhaps that'll be the next episode I talk about, moving with the ebbs and flows of energy. But if you're experiencing it now, this is the time that you have the solutions available. This is the time that the energy is ripe to do what it needs to do, to transform and transmute, to release, for you to get or learn or have the insight that you need in order to move to the next higher step, in order to really fully anchor and root in this new level of energy so that you can move to the next highest step. But if we resist it, if we push it down, if we set it aside for another day, we're just prolonging it. And then you may end up with multiple things coming up in the same moment, which actually makes it more challenging than if you had just dealt with what was facing you in the moment that you are in. So with that said, I am going to close off this episode of Embodied Soul. If you've enjoyed this beach episode and the messages that I brought through, please like it, share it, turn on notifications, and subscribe to my channel. If you're watching this on your favorite podcast app, please share, follow, and leave me a 5-star review. It really does help get the messages out to all those who need it. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Embodied Soul.